The worst way to boost your vocabulary is to try and learn all the words that are out there. A better way is through focused vocabulary lists for everyday topics that you need as a beginner, and you'll find out how today. But first, if you don't yet have access to our language learning system, sign up for a free lifetime account right now. Just click the link in the description to get your free lifetime account. How to get hundreds of vocabulary lists for free. So, what are the free vocabulary lists? This is our library of hundreds of focused word and phrase lists, all based on themes and topics that you, as a beginner, need to know. So, common greetings, ways to ask and answer how are you, talking about your day, and things like that. Each list gives you the words and phrases around that theme or topic, plus translations and audio pronunciations, so you're not learning all kinds of random, unrelated words like zebra or economics. You'll find the free vocabulary list in the drop-down menu on the site. Okay, so now that you know what the free vocabulary lists are and where to find them, let's talk about how to actually boost your vocabulary with these lists. How to boost your vocabulary. If you want to speak more of the language, you need to know more words, and that's where the vocabulary lists help. For example, if you want to learn phrases around a certain topic, like saying, "How are you?" just access this list. You can go through the phrases one by one. You can listen to the pronunciation. You can slow it down by pressing the audio icon twice. Or you can listen to the words on a loop as you see them on screen with the slideshow. And for that, just click on View in the slideshow option that you'll see on every list. And to practice speaking, click on the microphone icon to record and compare your pronunciation to a native speaker's. So here, you're just learning and getting acquainted with the words. Now, if you want to master the words, you can use the list with our spaced repetition flashcards or the word bank. Just click on Add All to Flashcards or Add All to Word Bank. With the flashcards, you can drill the words until you know them for good. And the word bank is where you save words that you want to review later, in case you want to revisit some words or phrases. We'll also email you vocabulary lists occasionally. For example, you'll get the Halloween word list around Halloween, the summer vocab during the summer, the winter vocabulary list during winter, and so on. So if you want to learn the language and get access to these learning tools and our learning system, sign up for a free lifetime account right now. Just click the link in the description to get your free lifetime account.
Albanos, Vulgaros, Kyprios. What do these words mean? Stick around. In this quick lesson, you'll learn Greek vocabulary for nationalities. Before we start, did you know there is a secret code hidden in the Greek flag? Do you know what the blue and white stripes on the Greek flag mean? Keep watching for the answer at the end. Έλληνας, Greek. Έλληνας, Έλληνας. Greek people love bathing in the sea every summer. Jack asks Steve a question about a photo. Ποια είναι αυτή στη φωτογραφία? Είναι φίλη μου. Είναι Ελληνίδα. Αλβανός. Albanian. Alvanos. Alvanos. There are over 500,000 Albanian people living in Greece. Jack talks about his co-worker with Steve. Ο συνάδελφός μου είναι από την Ευρώπη. Είναι Αλβανός. Θέλω να το γνωρίσω. Βούλγαρος. Bulgarian. Βούλγαρος. Βούλγαρος. Many Bulgarians are Christian Orthodox. Jack asks Susan about a colleague. Τι εθνικότητας είναι η συνάδελφός σου? Είναι Βουλγάρα. Κύπριος. Cypriot. Kyprios. Kyprios. Greek Cypriots speak Greek, but with a Cypriot accent. Steve and Jack chat about Cypriot nationality. Ξέρεις κανέναν από την Κύπρο? Ναι, ξέρω έναν Κύπριο φοιτητή. Ιταλός. Italian. Ιταλός. Ιταλός. Italians are the biggest exporters of wine in the world. Lina asks Susan about a new member of the tennis club. Έχεις γνωρίσει το νέο μέλος? Ναι, είναι Ιταλός. Γερμανός. German. Germanos. Germanos. Weizen is a beer that many German people drink. Susan asks Oscar about a new member in the photography club. Ξέρεις από πού είναι το νέο μέλος? Είναι Γερμανός. Ισπανός. Spanish. Ισπανός. Hispanos. Some Spanish people like bullfights, but others don't. Renia asks Yanis about Spanish nationality. Έχεις γνωρίσει ποτέ κάποιον Ισπανό? Ναι, ξέρω έναν Ισπανό σεφ. Τούρκος. Turkish. Turkos. Turkos. Turkish and Greek people share similarities when it comes to food. Oscar asks Tom about a new neighbor. Από πού είναι ο γειτονάς σου? Ο γειτονάς μου είναι Τούρκος. Γάλλος. French. Γάλλος. Γάλλος. French people make wonderful champagne. Susan asks Tom about a performer at a cultural festival. Ξέρεις από πού είναι εκείνη η καλλιτέχνης? Είναι Γαλλίδα. Αμερικάνος. American. Αμερικάνος. Americanos. Brad Pitt is a famous American actor. Jack and Susan chat about a group of tourists. Από πού είναι? Είναι Αμερικάνοι. Let's review. You'll see the words in English and your job is to say the words in Greek. Ready? Do you remember how to say Greek? Έλληνας. Έλληνας. And how to say Albanian? Albanos. Albanos. How about Bulgarian? Βούλγαρος. Βούλγαρος. Do you remember how to say Cypriot? Kyprios. Kyprios. And how to say Italian? Italos. Italos. Let's try German. Germanos. Germanos. What about Spanish? Hispanos. Hispanos. Now, let's see if you remember how to say Turkish. Turcos. Turcos. Another one. What about French? Γάλλος. Γάλλος. And finally, do you remember how to say American? Americanos. Americanos. Did you know there is a secret code hidden in the Greek flag? Do you know what the blue and white stripes on the Greek flag mean? The 9 stripes stand for the 9 syllables in the phrase Ελευθερία ή θάνατος, freedom or death, which is a Greek motto from the time they fought for independence from the Ottoman Empire. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to practice new words and phrases and see you next time. 5, 2, 3. What do these words mean? Stick around. In this quick lesson, you'll learn Greek number vocabulary and how to count to 10. Before we start, do you know how Greek people count with their fingers? It's not like this. Keep watching for the answer at the end. 0, 0. 0. I got 0 score on my exam. 0. Susan comments on the weather before heading out with Lina. Έχει 0 βαθμούς και χιονίζει. Θα φορέσω τότε το πιο ζεστό μου παλτό. 1. 1. 1. 1 fork please. 1 πυρούνι παρακαλώ. Steve and Oscar prepare to pay at a supermarket. Oscar, έχεις 1 ευρώ? Όχι, δεν έχω. 2. 2. 2. 2. I have 2 children. Έχω 2 παιδιά. Susan and Lina talk about their favorite number. Το 2 είναι ο αγαπημένος μου αριθμός. Ο δικός μου είναι το 7. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3 people enter the train. 3 άτομα μπαίνουν στο τρένο. Jack asks Steve if he can borrow a pen. Έχεις ένα στυλό? Ναι, έχω 3. Χρησιμοποίησε αυτό. 4. 4. 4. 4. The ball has 4 colors. Η μπάλα έχει 4 χρώματα. Susan asks Lina for help while shopping for groceries. Σκοπεύω να φτιάξω μια πίτα. Παρακαλώ, πάρε για μένα 4 μήλα. Βεβαίως, θα επιλέξω τα καλύτερα. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5 apples, please. 5 μήλα παρακαλώ. Oscar comments on some starfish while at the beach with Tom. Κοίτα τις αστερίες, έχουν 5 πόδια. Είναι συναρπαστικά πλάσματα. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6 children are sitting on the floor. 6 παιδιά κάθονται στο πάτωμα. Steve asks Jack for the time. Τι ώρα είναι? Είναι 6 ώρα. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7 is my lucky number. Το 7 είναι ο τυχερός μου αριθμός. Steve asks Oscar about the number of weeks in a year. Υπάρχουν 7 μέρες σε μία εβδομάδα, αλλά πόσες εβδομάδες υπάρχουν σε ένα χρόνο? Υπάρχουν περίπου 52 εβδομάδες. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. An octopus has 8 legs. Το χταπόδι έχει 8 πόδια. Jack and Steve talk about lucky numbers over dinner. Σε κάποιους πολιτισμούς, το 8 είναι ένας τυχερός αριθμός. Ενδιαφέρον, αναρωτιέμαι γιατί. 9, 9. 9. 9, 9. 9, 9. The garden has 9 trees. Ο κήπος έχει 9 δέντρα. Susan and Lina reminisce about their friend's wedding. Πότε παντρεύτηκε? Παντρεύτηκε πριν από 9 χρόνια. 10. 10. 10. 10. My grandfather had 10 kids. Ο παππούς μου είχε 10 παιδιά. Oscar informs Tom on his flight's arrival time. Η πτήση μας είναι στην ώρα της. Το αεροπλάνο θα προσγειωθεί στις 10 η ώρα. Τέλεια! Θα έρθω να σε παραλάβω. Let's review. You'll see the words in English and your job is to say the words in Greek. Ready? Do you remember how to say 0? 0. 0. And how to say 1? 1. 1. How about 2? 2. 2. Do you remember how to say 3? 3. 3. And how to say 4? 4. 4. Let's try 5. 5. 5. What about 6? 6. 6. Now let's see if you remember how to say 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. What's about 8? 8. 8. 8. 8. Do you remember how to say 9? 9. 9. 9. 9. And finally, do you remember how to say 10? 10. 10. Do you know how Greek people count with their fingers? I'll show you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to practice these new words and phrases and see you next time. Lefkosia, Tirana, Sofia. What do these words mean? Stick around. In this quick lesson, you'll learn Greek words for cities. But first, do you know which Greek city is close to the Rio Antirio Bridge? And do you know why this bridge is considered an engineering marvel? Keep watching for the answer at the end. Athena, Athens, Athena, Athena. In Athens, one can visit the Parthenon, which is considered one of the greatest architectural achievements in Western history. Susan and Oscar chat about famous cities. Είναι η Αθήνα αρχαία? Ναι, η Αθήνα είναι μια αρχαία πόλη. Λευκοσία, Νικόσια, Λευκοσία, Λευκοσία. Nicosia remains the last divided city in the world. Oscar quizzes Tom on capital cities. Ξέρεις την πρωτεύουσα της Κύπρου? Η Λευκοσία είναι η πρωτεύουσα της Κύπρου. Τύρανα, 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 Τύρανα. Tirana is famous for its colorful buildings. Lina quizzes Zoe on capital cities. Ποια είναι η πρωτεύουσα της Αλβανίας? Τα Τύρανα είναι η πρωτεύουσα της Αλβανίας. Σόφια, 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 Σόφια. Sofia is one of Europe's oldest cities, dating back to at least 7000 BC. Steve quizzes Jack on capital cities. Γνωρίζεις την πρωτεύουσα της Βουλγαρίας? Ναι, είναι η Σόφια. Ρώμη, Rome, Ρώμη, Ρώμη. Did you know that in Rome sits a completely different country? It's called the Vatican, and it is where the Pope lives. Susan and Tom chat about travel destinations. Θέλω να επισκεφτώ μια αρχαία πόλη. Σε αυτή την περίπτωση, τι θα έλεγες για τη Ρώμη? Βερολίνο, Berlin. Βερολίνο, Βερολίνο. Between 1961 and 1989, Berlin was divided by the Berlin Wall, which divided Germany into West Germany and East Germany. Oscar tells Tom about a recent trip to Germany. Επισκέφτηκα μια διάσημη πόλη στη Γερμανία. Ήταν το Βερολίνο? Μαδρίτη, Madrid, Madridi, Madridi. Out of all European capital cities, Madrid sits at the highest altitude, which is 667 meters above sea level. Lina plans a trip to Spain with Zoe. Από πού πρέπει να ξεκινήσω την περιήγησή μου στην Ισπανία? Τι λες για τη Μαδρίτη? Η Μαδρίτη είναι η πρωτεύουσα της Ισπανίας. Άγκυρα, Ankara, Άγκυρα, Άγκυρα. Ankara replaced Istanbul as the capital city of Turkey in 1923 due to its centralized strategic location in the country. Jack quizzes Lina on capital cities. Ποια είναι η πρωτεύουσα της Τουρκίας? Η Άγκυρα είναι η πρωτεύουσα της Τουρκίας. Παρίσι, Paris, Παρίσι, Παρίσι. One of the most iconic landmarks in the world, the Eiffel Tower, sits in Paris. It was built for the World Fair in 1889 and was highly criticized by Parisians. But now, when the world thinks of Paris, we think of love and the Eiffel Tower. Susan and Tom chat about their favorite cities. Τι πιστεύεις για το Παρίσι? Το Παρίσι είναι πολύ όμορφο. Washington, Washington DC. Washington, Washington. Washington, D.C. is notable for having no skyscrapers. This is due to a height restriction tied to the Capitol building's prominence. Jack quizzes Steve on capital cities. Ποια είναι η πρωτεύουσα των Ηνωμένων Πολιτειών? Η Washington είναι η πρωτεύουσα των Ηνωμένων Πολιτειών. Let's review. You'll see the words in English and your job is to say the words in Greek. Ready? Do you remember how to say Athens? Athena. Athena. And how to say Nicosia? Lefkosia. Lefkosia. And how about Tirana? Tirana. Tirana. Do you remember how to say Sofia? Sofia. Sofia. And how to say Rome? Romi. Romi. Let's try Berlin. Verolino. Verolino. What about Madrid? Madriti. Madriti. Now let's see if you remember how to say Ankara. Agira. Agira. Another one. What about Paris? Parisi. Parisi. And finally, do you remember how to say Washington, D.C.? Washington. Washington. Do you know which Greek city is close to the Rio Antirio Bridge? And do you know why this bridge is considered an engineering marvel? The Rio Antirio Bridge, one of the longest bridges in the world, is near the city of Patra. It stretches across the Gulf of Corinth, connecting the Peloponnese Peninsula to the mainland Greece. This bridge is built in a place with deep waters, strong currents, and lots of earthquakes. Engineers use flexible supports and special materials to make sure it can handle these challenges. It's truly an amazing piece of engineering. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to practice these new words and phrases, and see you next time. Addio!
Access your free language gifts right now before they expire. First, the Using Transportation Conversation PDF cheat sheet. This new cheat sheet teaches you must-know words and phrases like where can I buy a ticket, how much is the train pass, and much more. Second, do you know how to say Christmas in your target language? With this 1-minute lesson, you'll learn must-know Christmas words like chimney, present, and Santa Claus. Third, want a bonus writing workbook for this winter? No other language app will give you free bonus resources, but we will. You'll master all the winter words and phrases with this free writing workbook. Fourth, how to talk about holiday gifts. What gift do you want the most this holiday season? With this quick vocab lesson, you'll learn common gift vocabulary like laptop, camera, money, and more. And fifth, tired of apps that only teach you random words? Want an app that teaches you the language through everyday conversations? With innovative language learning, you're exposed to real conversations between real native speakers. And then you get everything slowed down and explained so you can learn the language fast. Download it for free on Android, iPhone, and iPad. To get your free gifts of the month, click the link in the description below and download them now before they expire. Great work! Here's a reward. Speed up your language learning with our PDF lessons. Get all of our best PDF cheat sheets and ebooks for free. Just click the link in the description.